Basil Rajapaksa and Deputy Minister Jayaratne Herath were present. Deputy Minister S.M. Chandasena also assumed office today. W.D.J. Seniviratne is the Minister for Public Administration and Home Affairs. He assumed office at the ministry at Torrington Square. Deputy Minister Dilan Pereira, Parliamentarian Sara Tamunugama and Ministry Secretary D. Disanayake were present. Johnston Fernando took over duties of the Ministry of Cooperatives and Internal Trade. Multi-religious observances were also held. Deputy Minister Niomal Pereira also assumed duties today. Minister Bandula Gunawardena and Ministry Secretary Anura Siriwardena expressed their views. Minister Kumara Velgama is mulling over the addition of 6,000 SLTB buses and 64 trains to the transport network. He made this reference at the Transport Ministry after assuming duties. Deputy Transport Minister Rohana Disanayake also assumed office. Western Province Governor Alavi Maulana was present. Lands and Land Development Minister Janaka Bandara Tennakon and Deputy Minister Siripala Gamlath assumed office today. They took office amidst the blessings of the Mahasangha. Deputy Minister Chandasiri Suryarachi and Ministry Secretary Ashoka Piris were among those present. Milroy Fernando took over duties as Minister for Resettlement. Deputy Minister Vinyangamurthy Muralidharan also assumed office today. Minister Risat Bathiuddin and Ministry Secretary ULM Haldin were among those present. Sumedha Jayasena is the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs. She assumed office today. Deputy Minister Vijita Mulisoisa, Parliamentarian AHM Azwa and Ministry Secretary Sita Vitanarachi were present. Deputy Minister of Finance and Planning Chandasiri Gajadira also assumed office this morning. Minister Div Gunasekara, Parliamentarians Professor Tissa Vitarana and Vasudeva Nanayakkara, Ministry Secretary Dr. P.B. Jayasundara were present.
The country's public investments are on the rise as government builds new infrastructure for a post-war revival, laying the foundation for more private investment. Treasury Secretary Dr. P.B. Jayasundara said the end of the war has created the political stability required to accelerate economic growth. For more details,
he was speaking to an audience at a logistics quiz. It was organized by the Sri Lanka Shippers Council to improve skills in the sector and make it more attractive along the workforce, especially young people like Singapore has done to emerge as a shipping and aviation hub. He said the government is active in building ports, electricity generation and transmission lines, irrigation facilities and road and rail networks to create the required infrastructure for growth. He pointed out that the reason for this level of investment is not that the government was going to do everything, but was laying the foundation to get 5 times the investment made by government for the private sector. Dr. Jayasundara said, then the total investment will exceed 35%, what was required to maintain fairly buoyant, sustainable, vibrant economic growth. He added that now they had around 25% of total investment. Producing cuisine for the highest standard is simply a routine matter for the talented team at Sri Lankan Catering. They produce meals for the discerning passengers on first class and business class of the finest airlines in the world today. Sri Lankan Catering, the fully owned subsidiary of Sri Lankan Airlines, recently signed agreements to supply meals to 3 more major international carriers that fly into the Katunayake International Airport, in addition to Sri Lankan Airlines and several other airlines that it already serves. Sri Lankan Catering, the fully owned subsidiary of Sri Lankan Airlines, is one of the few airline caterers in the world to hold the triple certifications of ISO 9001-2008, ISO 22000-2005 and HACCP Codex Alimentarius. It is a member of the International Travel Catering Association and the In-Flight Food Service Association of the United States. Its products are halal certified. Perhaps the most impressive aspect of Sri Lankan Catering's performance at culinary art is that it was achieved while the company produced more than 16,000 meals each day for custom airlines and its state-of-the-art flight kitchen at Katunayake International Airport. Competing with over 1,600 entries, From 1,100 contestants, Sri Lankan catering's team brought home 24 medals, including 1 trophy, 2 golds, 14 silvers and 7 bronzes.